This is the road less traveled. A once-in-a-lifetime and only if you're lucky experience. Here is your host, Drew Myers.
So I'm going to shut up now and turn things over to you and let you play a kickoff song for us.
All right.
What are you going to play?
So I'll do the last one on the EP, Straight Through the Heart.
Okay, Straight Through the Heart. Set it up. I want to hear the story behind it. You know the deal. Where'd this song come from? What was the inspiration?
So I actually, I'd gone, this was probably, it was right before I went into the studio to record the EP, and it was in October of 2015, actually. And I had gone to, we kind of had our set list of what the songs that we were going to put on the EP. But the producer, Casey Diorio, had said, if you come up with anything between now and then, just shoot it over to me. And I'd gone to a Dean Dillon show at Magnolia Motor Lounge. He was just sitting up there telling a lot of stories about the songs he's written and who he's written them for and where they came from. And it was just an inspiring evening. And woke up the next morning and the song just kind of happened. It came out of nowhere. But it was, there's definitely feelings behind it.
Sure.
Just when rough times, we all go through rough times, and sometimes it's hard to deal with it head on, but always it's also the best way on occasion too. So
does writing the song help you deal with it?
It does.
It's therapy.
It is therapy.
I've heard that from a lot of people.
Yeah, and sometimes it feels like therapy in the moment. Sometimes it happens later. You reflect on it and go, oh, yeah.
Do it for us, man. Hey, and listen, it's my goal not to sing along, so I'm going to turn my mic down, okay? Because I love this song. Lucas Bevan, Straight Through the Heart, The Road Less Traveled. You got it, brother.
Have we ever been? A purely fictional, waiting for the other one to sin. Shadows dance around us, lacking seams all the world apart. Like subtle strokes with a fine brush, for we are canvas, this life is art. Where I'm headed, I sometimes dread it, run straight through the heart. Down cobblestone streets, I stumbled in West Berlin. I found religion and relief in a faulty firing pin. shadows dance around us lacking seams all the world apart. Like subtle strokes with a fine brush, for we are canvas, this life is art. Where I'm headed, I sometimes dread it, run straight through the heart. Straight through the heart.
Hell yeah, put them together.
Thank you.
You know, I've had some phenomenal guests on my show, my studio show. I've had some phenomenal guests here. Adam Hood was here last week. He's incredible. We've had Zach Wilkerson here. You're just as good as they are, man.
Thank you very much.
You're incredible, Lucas.
I appreciate that.
I'm excited for you, man. I just got chills. I'm excited for you. Let me ask you out of the gate here. You're not doing this full time.
No, sir.
What's that going to take, man?
Working towards that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm all ears. Let's talk about it.
Well,
He reaches for his beer and nervous.
yeah. Not used to talking in front of people.
Just ignore the people here. We got a great crowd here today at LC Range. Just ignore them. Talk to me, just like we were in the studio.
Yeah.
All right.
So I'm in quite a bit of a transitional period right now. With a couple of different things going on, but our family. I grew up on a ranch outside of Lipan, in between Lipan and Granbury.
Right.
It's been in the family since the 40s, and as of May, it's been sold, and we're in the process of moving.
Okay.
Which is a huge life change for the whole family. And that's spent majority of my time on this earth, on that place.
I know it's special to you. I did know that.
Yeah, it is. And a lot of the stuff I've written have come from interactions or experiences with people and on that piece of property. But it shifts a lot of energy and focus right there, and it's going to open up quite a bit. And so right now I'm kind of in the focus on this, be thinking about the future, but sometimes you got to just kind of set things aside. You still have them on your mind, but focus on what's right in front of you to then be able to open up and
Sure.
explore what's behind that next door.
Well, I guess I was just under the assumption too. I didn't mean to assume. I mean, you want to do music full time, right? Is that what you want to do?
It's something I do want to do. Yeah.
Well, hopefully it's not a hope I'm good enough type deal with you, because you're good enough. All right. And I've told you that the 15, 16 times I've seen you since you came on my radio show. I told you that in Red River, New Mexico at that Songwriter Festival when we're skiing down the mountain. I was screaming at you, "You're damn good. You need to do this full time."
As he's flying past me.
That's right. That's right. No, but is there a fear there with you to do it full time?
There has been a fear.
What are you scared of?
And I'm going to have to say there have been several years of not feeling like I was good enough. I feel like I've progressed through a lot of those feelings. Doubt still creeps in on occasion, but there was a lot of work to get to where I feel comfortable with it.
Is that doubt coming from outside sources? Is that coming from internally?
Internally, yeah. I've had a lot of support, great support from family and wonderful friends around me. I've got a wonderful group of people around me. Yeah, I love them all to death. But they've all been incredibly supportive. It's the internal that.
Man, I wish I could just You could step into my body for just a second and listen to you play, and you'd be like, no, I'm good. I got this. Let's ride. You know what I mean? Because I think it could take off for you, and it could take off very fast. But I understand the anxiety, the fear as well. I know there's nothing that I can say or anybody in this audience that can say to make you go for it. It's just it's gonna happen when it happens. It's like the album. Tell me about that. Why did it take so long to get the album out?
There are a few different reasons. First, it actually took a long time to make it happen, to actually do it. It'd been on my mind for a while. And I've had a lot of people tell me, you need to do this, you need to do this. But once again, I didn't think it was something I could really do or do well. And so I had my reservations about it. And I finally got to that point and said, I'm going to do this. This is something I've wanted to do for a long time, and I'm not going to let myself get in the way, as I've done a lot not just in music, but a lot of different aspects in life. And so I said, I'm just going to do it. I'm going to find a studio and book the time and record it.
I asked you this when you came in studio, not knowing that it hadn't been released yet. Well, what's the response been since you have released it July 8th? Has it been good?
Yeah, I've had a good response. I really have. A lot of people say to me that they've really, really enjoyed it, and it's always it's a neat feeling. It really is.
Guys, if you don't have this EP, I'm not kidding around. I'm not trying to just put money in Lucas's pocket today. Do yourself a favor, and you can send me a thank you note later. It is phenomenal. How much is it back there in the suitcase?
It's $5.
$5?
Yeah.
I will buy every single person in this room a copy of that EP if you want one. For $5?
$5.
Hell yeah, that's on me. I'm serious. It's that damn good. Everybody needs to hear it, man.
I appreciate that.
Do me a favor, play another song from that album for me.
Okay, I sure will.
And you remember you got to set this one up too.
Yeah, I'll do Shade Tree. And this was another song that I wrote that revolved around things that happened on our family's place in Lipan. And it took a while for it actually to come to fruition. Sometimes there's certain songs, like you have an idea, you have something you want to write about, and it doesn't happen quickly. So it's got to kind of grow. And then eventually, once it seems like it's ready to come out, then
it just does.
Then it just does.
So you said Straight Through the Heart came out pretty quick.
It did.
So Shade Tree took a little bit long.
Yeah, and it's not very common for me to sit down and finish something same day, personally. I don't. Usually it takes a while.
You let the song come to you. You don't force it. And I think we may have talked about that, or another singer-songwriter and I talked about that, but okay, I get it.
But I feel like it's important to put the work in as well. I haven't not been as diligent as I should be as far as that's concerned. I think that there's a balance between sitting down and cranking them out and then waiting for them. I mean, you could sit there and wait forever.
Right.
And also, it's a muscle, your mind, and actually working daily on writing. I mean, it will improve. So I've just been bad about that.
All right.
So Shade Tree, it was in the middle of the summer a few years ago. It was super hot outside, and had a couple of incidents with some dogs that had passed away. Had a dog that I really cared about that got bit by a rattlesnake, and when we had to bury her, the first place I thought to do it was under a shade tree. And then we were working cattle a couple of weeks later, middle of summer, middle of the day, hot. What did we do? We got under that shade tree, kind of cooled down a little bit and relaxed. And it got me to thinking about the relationship with nature and trees and how much we rely on them and grow up with them. And that's what led to this song months later. So I just had those ideas. I said, I want to write this. I just don't know what it's going to look like yet or how it's going to be. And so it's about, this man's life and with this tree.
Cool. I dig it. Here we go. Lucas Bevan, Shade Tree on the Road Less Traveled.
Lights growing dim, it's the end of life. I call my next of kin, tell them it'll be alright, alright, as long as they'll hear me beneath that shade tree one more time. The childhood memories on where the beaten tie swing, pretending we could fly, could fly. Mama pushing softly, just steady picking up speed, could almost reach that sky. That sky, what I would give just to live that one more time. Years went by quickly, I've outgrown that tie swing. There's a girl that's on my mind, my mind. I pull her up gently, and the branches sit beside me, and watch the fireflies. Fireflies, how I reminisce that first kiss on this night. The lights growing dim, it's the end of the line.
Lucas Bevan. Shade Tree.
This is The Road Less Traveled, the live audience version of the Defining Audacity Radio Show.
I'm Rowdy, and I am the most handsome bull on my owner's ranch. Now, being a bull used to be a great life. At first, there were no fences at all, and I could visit my cows anytime I wanted. Then there were rickety old fences that I could go through like you-know-what through a goose. But since my owner put up this new pipe fence from PJ's, it's put a real damper on my love life, if you know what I mean. PJ's delivered and installed a pipe fence that I just can't get around or over or through. It's like being on a love life lockdown. And it's all the fault of that PJ's Pipe Fence Company out there between Granbury and Glen Rose. So bulls, don't let your owners call PJ's Pipe Fence and Field Clearing at 817-776-7440. Cause those buzzkill bandits will lock you up tighter than Charlie Manson's mustache. Do not call PJ's Pipe Fence at 817-776-7440. You just forget that number right now and free the bulls.
This has been The Road Less Traveled, a once-in-a-lifetime and an only-if-you're-lucky experience. The Road Less Traveled is a Defining Audacity radio show designed to inspire people to live on purpose. Stop saying you'll just do it tomorrow and start living a bold, adventurous, and intentional life.